If you're a healthcare professional transitioning into tech, one of the fastest ways to waste months of your life is learning the wrong skills first. And here's a mistake most people make. They don't fail because they picked the wrong role. In fact, they fail because they picked the right role and then spent nights, weekends, and thousands of dollars learning skills that didn't actually move them forward. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact first skills you should learn based on the tech role you are targeting, so your effort actually compounds instead of getting scattered. Most people approach this backward. They ask questions like, what programming language should I learn? Or what course should I take first? And I get this all the time. In my DMs, when people reach out, those are the questions they're asking. And that question is what creates the problem. Because when you learn skills without a clear role in mind, you don't build momentum. You just collect information. You feel busy, you feel productive, but nothing in your situation actually changes. And if you are mid-career, working long shifts already, managing real responsibilities and trying to learn in the small windows of time that you have, this is especially dangerous. You don't have time to experiment randomly. So learning more does not necessarily mean that you're moving forward. Learning aligned is what does. For context, I trained and worked in healthcare as a clinical pharmacist before transitioning into software engineering and then after into health informatics, where I now work at the intersection of healthcare and technology. When I started, I made the same mistakes most people make. I focused on learning skills instead of learning directionally, and that cost me time. What finally changed things was flipping the order. Role first, skill second. And that's what this video is about. Not learning everything, but learning the right first skills for the role that you actually want. Here's a principle I want you to keep in mind the entire time you're watching this. Your first skills are not meant to make you technical. Let me repeat that again. Your first skills are not meant to make you technical. They're meant to make you useful as fast as possible. Usefulness creates confidence. Confidence creates momentum. And you know what? Momentum is what makes this transition realistic. With that in mind, let's walk through the main pathways that I've created for you. Starting with pathway 1, informatics and implementation roles. If you're aiming for informatics or implementation roles, coding is not your first lever. These roles sit between the clinical workflows that you're already familiar with and technology. Your value comes from understanding how things actually work and translating that into systems. What most people get wrong here is jumping straight into programming. Instead, your early focus should be on understanding how electronic health record systems function and workflow mapping and process documentation. Others include basic reporting tools used in healthcare environment and also core ideas around interoperability and system integration. How do you get these healthcare systems to talk to one another? These skills let you contribute immediately, not as a developer, but as someone who understands both the environment they want to work in and the systems that is supporting it. That combination is rare and it's what makes it so valuable. Pathway number 2 is healthcare data roles. If you're interested in healthcare data roles, your early goal is visibility, not sophistication. A lot of people jump straight into Python or machine learning, and that usually slows them down. The strongest starting stack here looks like something like this. Advanced Excel for analysis and reporting, and SQL or SQL for working with structured data. A visualization tool like Power BI or Tableau, and basic statistics to be able to interpret outcomes and trends. Why this other matters is simple. If someone can actually see your work and be able to understand it, then you become useful very quickly, especially when the work is paired with healthcare context. Pathway number 3 is product or systems roles. Product and systems roles are often misunderstood. They're not about tools first. They are about clear thinking. Your job in these roles is to understand problems deeply and then to be able to translate them into structured requirements. Early skills to focus on in such roles include one, workflow documentation and process analysis, writing clear system or product requirements, and also basic user research techniques and understanding how healthcare systems work end to end. These roles reward people who reduce ambiguity. If you can make complex problems clearer, you reduce risk, and companies are willing to pay for risk reduction. Pathway number 4 is the engineering roles. If your long-term goal is software engineering, the principle stays the same, but the execution is different. The goal is not learning to code. The goal is building proof. Your early focus should be on programming fundamentals and problem-solving logic, understanding how software systems are structured, building small domain-relevant projects that are tied to healthcare problems, and learning how applications interact with databases and APIs. Courses don't create opportunities here. What does is evidence. Evidence is what creates opportunities in engineering roles. Engineering transitions usually take longer, but when done correctly, they create serious long-term leverage. Mind you, this wasn't an exhaustive list of all possible roles, and also, some of these skills you would apply in various other roles as well. And you might learn deeper skills as you go. But these were important as the first skills you should learn depending on the specific role you want to get into. Here's a takeaway I want you to remember. The goal of your first skills is not mastery. It's rather momentum. When your learning is role aligned, every skill builds on the last. When it's random, your progress resets itself every time. Momentum is what makes consistency possible, and consistency is what actually makes transitions work. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, okay, I know which role I'm aiming for and I know what to learn first, the next question becomes, how do I turn this into proof without quitting my job? That's exactly what I break down in the next video. I'll show you how to build your first transition-proof project, even if you are starting from zero technically. So you are not just learning, you are demonstrating. I've linked that video right here, and also you'll find the link in the description. So go ahead and watch that. And if you want a clear step-by-step path for transitioning into tech without starting over or guessing, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because every video on this channel builds on the last one. I'll see you in the next video.